Alrighty, guys, you know the drill. We're going to break down Palantir today, the charts, my thoughts, how it did today, all that good stuff. So let's dive into it. If y'all find value, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. You might as well follow me on X as well, at Stocks Talk Stocks. And with that being said, guys, cheers. Let's dive right into the video. So at this point, you guys probably know the stock market had a very green day today. We had the Russell up 1.2%, NASDAQ up 0.6%, the S&P and the Dow each went up 0.4%, and we had the VIX down about 0.3%. What else is new? It went down at 12.95, something like that. So yeah, in other words, we had a green day across the board, and we had Palantir stock go up as well, 27 cents, up 1.55% on the day. It looks like it's right under now $17.60. So you guys can see if I pop up this 5-day, we might as well dive right into it. Notice how today we did have a green day, like I said, but we did not break above the highs from, it looks like, Friday and from Thursday. You guys can see if I pick up, or not pick up, but pull up this tool here, you guys can see, boom, we got rejected at 17.75 today. Same thing as Friday morning in the pre-market. And you guys can see on Thursday morning as well, we got hit there, boom, got rejected. So that is still a major spot here in the short term for the bulls that Palantir, quite frankly, needs to break out of, right? So we can see, again, green day today, but that, spot needs to break. So I'm going to set my alert at 1780. Let me do that now for the very short term here. Mark is at or above 1780, and mind you, we closed at 1768, so we're pretty much right there. And actually, now that I'm looking at it, we are down a little bit in the aftermarket, about 4 cents. Not the end of the world. But yeah, watch out for 1780, 1775. Very big resistance on the 5-day, 5-minute, you guys can see. And we're also struggling at about 1820. I mean, you guys can see here if I draw this out, 1820. Looks like that was the high from, let's see here, the middle of this month. So about a week ago, we hit 1820. Then at about, it looks like on the 20th, we were at about 1790. That's where we failed at. And then we dumped down to 1715 on that day. So we might see some resistance above 1775, but for the most part, I could see it going back over 18 if that 1775 mark does break. So watch out for that in the very short term here on Palantir. And on the 20-day chart, if I pull that up and clear the drawing set, you guys can see we still have a descending triangle. You guys can see that pretty clear here on this time frame. Look, we have lower highs being made. Let me draw this out and get it ready for you guys. Lower highs being made. We have one right here. You guys see that, right? You guys see this right here. Boom. You guys see this right here, which technically we're still at one right now. So we have those lower highs being made into the support, which is $17. You guessed it, right, guys? You can see it right here, 17 to about $17.15. So we have support there, but we're getting lower highs into that support, which is not the best sign overall, I would say, at least for the bulls, right? So at least in the very short term. We're talking charts here, very short term stuff, guys. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing on the 1 hour right now. So again, it goes back to what I said a minute ago. 1780's got to break. In that case, if we do break that, we'd break above the 180 SMA on the 1 hour chart here. We'd start breaking above or heading towards this trend line here, which also needs to break. So yeah, let's see what happens in the very short term on those time frames. And here on the 4 hour chart, guys, excuse me, you can see the descending triangle as well. You can see support at about $17. All right, boom, lower highs into that. And actually, it's bigger than we thought. That's what she said. I had to sneak that in there, guys. That's what she said. But look, we can see here, boom, lower highs have been made since looks like here the end of November, where we hit 21.85. Boom, $20. Boom, boom, boom. So yeah, it comes down to $17. That's a big support and resistance at about 1775, 1780, $18. What direction are we going to pick, right? So keep your eyes on those time frames, and let's say hypothetically we do end up breaking out of, let's say, 1775, 18. We start breaking out towards the mid-high 18s. where could we be going to? Well, at that point, guys, let me draw some lines out here. We have $19. We have, let's see, about $20.40. Let me draw that one out. Boom. You guys see that right there. Also, 21.85. You guys see that, which was the high, looks like here from back in the end of November. So these are the gaps we can fill to the upside. I'd say initially to about 19, 1905, 1910. Then if that were to break, 2040. Maybe then from there, 2185. That could be where we start pushing. So, yeah, keep your eyes on those gaps to the upside. But let's be honest, it could also fail here as we do have the descending triangle and the death cross clear as day on the 4-hour chart. So let's say we fail at 1750, which honestly I wouldn't mind, considering I would buy Palantir in this range like I've said before. But let's say we do fail at that point, we could be going down 1450, right? On the lower end, I'd say 1450, maybe towards let's say $16. That's another target we could be going towards, right? So keep your eyes on this descending triangle. It all comes down to that here on the 4-hour chart. Let me know your thoughts on that, guys, in the comments down below. And by the way, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you have not done so already. I appreciate you all for tuning in, as always. So let me look at some other stocks here. We do have a couple more minutes, so we have some time. We might as well look at some other ones. So let's see how Nvidia performed today, first day after Christmas. By the way, Merry Christmas, guys. Hope you all, all had a great day with your friends, your family. Maybe you don't celebrate Christmas. In that case, happy holidays to you. Hope you're doing well too. But yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody out there. And yeah, let's see what Nvidia did today, day after Christmas. 0.9% green day. All right, participating in the green across the board, which honestly does not surprise me considering all the indexes went up today. So we had Nvidia push more towards the top of the wedge here, and you've seen the talk, the chatter on Wall Street. A lot of them are thinking Nvidia is going to hit 700, 650, 750 in 2024. It's totally possible. I mean, there's a lot of price targets that are up there like that based on, that they're exploding revenue growth, earnings growth, all that good stuff, and that, extending into 2024. So there's a lot of, excitement, right? Chatter on Wall Street. And it looks like now we're at the top of this wedge, right? Like I said, we're, a little bit under this 520 high. We just hit a high a couple weeks ago at about 506, and now we're struggling under 500, which needs to break. Again, we're at the bottom of this, or struggling under this wedge. So let's see if we could break past 510, 520 on Nvidia. That could actually get, get us towards that next leg up, which will it hit 750 like a lot of these Wall Street people are saying? I don't know per se, but it could get us some money here. It could make us some money in the beginning of the year. So watch out for that heading into the new year. Let me actually set my alert so I don't forget about it, right? Let me put one at $500. We'll see what it does at that point. Mark is at or above $500. Let me see what else ended up moving today, guys. Let's see. Netflix, I believe, is another one worth watching heading into the new year. Let me pull it up because now we're at a big resistance at about 490, 500. And don't get it twisted. I mean, we're still struggling at that point. But ultimately, if Netflix is able to get out of there, and we have earnings coming up later in January, which really is only about 3 weeks away from now. So into earnings, maybe we start pushing past this point, which again, we're still struggling under there. But if Netflix could start pushing past 500, you guys may forget about this, but they're all-time high $700, guys. We have more upside to go on these charts. I mean, look, we have another gap here up to about 560, which is where the stock was before the all-time high rally breakout, which we hit, looks like in the end of 2021, so about 2 years ago. So that could be where it goes. If we break 500, right, 560, then if that were to break, we could be pushing towards that 700 mark. Probably not all in a straight line. I'm not saying that for sure, but over time, right? So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. Get your free stocks from Moomoo, up to 15 stocks, each up to $2,000. Check out that link down below, and you might as well check out my Patreon as well if you guys want to be a part of the Discord chat, see my charts, all that good stuff, and you want to see every move I make in the private portfolio. That's linked down below. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys later.